Hey, what's up, guys? How we got back in the video, and today I'm doing Naruto review episode 9 English dub. So, here we go. This episode starts out with Naruto and Jiraiya. They're like standing on top of this building and shit. They're seeing these people trying to run away from this fucking snake creature that are technically they're saying this giant snake popped out of nowhere and stuff like that. And then Dry was like saying he's like a snake there and shit. Naruto was like trying to stop the guy there, saying he's like, wait, he's like the same fucking snake was also attacking my village and shit like that. Jiraiya was actually telling Naruto let's go and stuff like that, and Naruto was like asking why and shit. He's like, this might be the same snake. It actually happened at the Leaf Village and shit. There, that's what he was fucking saying and shit. The next scene there, we see Tsunade. Was kind of we seen Tsunade and Tsunade there with Orochimaru and Kabuto and stuff like that. So Orochimaru was saying something about you can actually see your long lost. She's like you can actually see your brother again and your lost beloved and shit like that. That's what fucking Orochimaru was actually fucking saying to Tsunade and stuff like that. She was having flashbacks of the of her of her brother there and her beloved and stuff like that. She was kind of having like flashbacks of it and shit like that. Freaking when that was going on with that shit there, fucking Orochimaru bit his finger there, so it was showing fucking blood there, and mostly Tsunade is actually afraid of fucking blood. She's actually fucking afraid of blood and stuff like that. um, she's mostly afraid of fucking blood and stuff like that. And the Kabuto was like, he was like, oh, she's technically, she's like, oh, um, it's one of those things where technically, if you're technically afraid of blood and stuff like that, you can't handle blood and stuff. So he bit his finger and stuff like that. And then Orochimaru saying to Tsunade, saying, "Oh, you're afraid of this and stuff like that." like, he was telling me she was telling him she was afraid of blood and shit. And then they were on their way and stuff. They walked away and shit like that. And then Tsunade was this kind of like down in the dumps there. When that was and when that actually happened and shit like that for it. We see in the next scene there, freaking Naruto and Jiraiya were still looking for Tsunade there and shit like that. They actually looked at the damages there, what actually fucking happened there, and they're like, oh, what actually fucking happened there and shit like that. And Jiraiya was saying, well, mostly this is not our issue there. We'll just keep looking for Tsunade there. And then Naruto's like, really, we have to keep looking for her. She's like, and shit like that. When that was going on with that shit, there, they went to this bar there. Technically, they went to the bar there and shit like that. And then he's like, well, let's just grab something to eat in this bar and shit like that. And then fucking Naruto's like, he's like, you're fucking crazy and stuff. He's like, you know, you're sending a fucking bad influence on me and shit like that. And he's like, knock it off. Drake told him to knock it off there and shit like that. And he's like, mostly this is more, we can get more intel and shit. That's what Drake was actually fucking saying to Naruto. They walk into the bar where fucking Tsunade was technically at. And Drake was like, and he's like Tsunade and shit like that. And then freaking Tsunade's like, she's like, what the fuck are you doing here, Jiraiya? And so when that was going on with that stuff, they sat in the table where they were fucking at and stuff. Tsunade was actually was saying, or Jiraiya knew someone was like wrong and stuff like that. She's like, you ever bumped into anybody? And she's like, mostly yeah. And then mostly Tsunade was actually saying how they bumped into Orochimaru there and shit like that, and then how he was gonna plan to destroy the village and shit, and and then he's like typical and stuff like that for it. And that's what he was saying and stuff. When he was telling him about the third Hokage dying, Naruto said like, "What the fuck? There, the third Hokage's dead." And mostly Naruto didn't know the third Hokage technically got died by Orochimaru's hand until Naruto technically found that out. He actually got killed by Orochimaru's hand there. And then he's like, why you guys didn't stop him? You guys are this. He's like, Naruto was actually saying, he's like, you guys are Sonic there. How the fuck you guys didn't stop these guys or stop the Orochimaru and shit like that? And then Naruto, Jiraiya was actually saying that he to Naruto saying, well, he is one of the Sonics also. And then he's like, what the frick, and stuff like that. He's like, I thought the Sonics are from the Leaf and shit like that. And then that's what he was saying and stuff like that. When Jiraiya was actually asking, Jiraiya was actually asking Tsunade there to, mostly the village actually picked her to be the 5th Hokage there. That's what that's what Jiraiya was actually saying to Tsunade and stuff like that. And when they were playing, kind of looks like they were playing fucking cards or something like that. when they were playing fucking cards and shit. Tsunade was actually saying something about that, saying that she fucking declined there and shit like that. Naruto was starting to get fucking pissed off there when she technically declined it and shit like that. And then Naruto was like, why we need her there to be the 5th Hokage? We thought we only there to make her to heal up Kakashi and Sasuke there. That's what Naruto was thinking and stuff. And she's like, well, why you actually have that thing there for it? So she's like, this is, and then she was like thinking about that. She's like, well, it's a fucking dead end job there. Why in the fuck I want it? Type of deal. That's what she's thinking about it there. She thought like the Hokage was technically like a dead end job and shit. And she was actually saying something about like the ones who came the previous Hokage mostly fucking died there by mostly fucking died there and shit like that. So that's what she was actually saying and stuff like that. Naruto was getting pissed off. She's like, I'm sick and tired of you going against the old man there and shit like that. That's what fucking Naruto was saying. And Naruto got up on the table and said, he's like, you know what? He's like, she's like, I don't care. Naruto was like getting really pissed off, and he said he wanted to take Tsunade down. And Tsunade like actually looked at him and she's like, well, you know what? Have this. If you can take, she's like, okay, I can take you down with one finger and stuff. That's what she was saying and stuff. She's like, he's like, she's like, Naruto, normal Naruto there. He was like, fucking saying, oh, I'm gonna pulverize her and shit like that. I don't care if she's a lady and stuff. That's what Naruto was fucking saying there and stuff like that. So they go outside there and they kind of look like Naruto is ready to fight fucking Tsunade there. Naruto fucking charges right at Tsunade. Tsunade just flicked his head. He went fucking twirling on the ground and stuff like that. And then he's like Naruto was like saying something about, was like, why you care to be Hokage there and shit like that. That's what fucking Tsunade was saying there and stuff like that. And Naruto said that was his fucking dream there to be Hokage. And then Naruto was building up the thing there, and then then Naruto was gonna attack Tsunade with the Rasengan, So in the end of the episode, we see Naruto like charge at Tsunade with the Rasengan, and then Tsunade, well, telling Tsunade was actually surprised there, and Naruto was charging at her with the Rasengan. So yep, that's pretty much it. Comment, rate, and responsive to this video. If you like Naruto, subscribe, hit that notification on the server uploads. Comment, responsive to this video. If you like, hang out. Peace.